Hello everybody, this is Serpent, and welcome back to another episode in iCraft. In the last episode, we worked on the shop a little, and in this one, I think we're going to be working on our base for the first time ever, really. I mean, we did do one working on it episode, but we didn't really do much. We sort of just plotted stuff out, and made the spike that we can't see right now. But yeah, I am farming some concrete, and that's because we're going to be building the thing primarily out of grey concrete, like we did with that villager breeder thing. Over there. Well, okay. You can't see it through that, but it's over there. Anyway, so we're going to be plotting out the spots where the building's there, because I have a specific style which I want to be building stuff in, and I want to make sure that the buildings reflect that style, especially in their location, because that's a primary part of the style. Hey, you're not in the right place. And of course I did the dirt too. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing this until we have enough concrete. So we have this tower and this sort of circumference around the center, which is the tower, but we definitely need more before we can actually call it a base, obviously. So what I've been trying to do, or what I've been thinking about, is how I actually want my base to look. And I made a drawing a while back, which I think is a pretty good representation of what I want it to actually look like. So the idea in that picture, if you don't remember it or didn't see it, or if it just wasn't that great a picture, is that we're going to have a bunch of triangular towers that come together to make a sort of palace-like thing, and we're going to have them stretching up pretty tall. This is just a small one. It's on the outskirts, so it's going to have to be pretty small. And we're going to have them stretching up, and the tops will be sort of slanted. Now, I'm doing this first small one completely right now, except obviously it's not detailed or anything, but I am going to be building it into the right shape so that we can actually see what it's going to look like. Now, I think that's probably about tall enough for this size. So what we're doing with this this build style is the top is going to be slanted in a way that I probably won't be able to demonstrate. It's going to be this might work. But if you've ever seen the Twilight Forest Aurora Palace, I think they're slanted in a similar way. But let's see, did that work? Not really. I mean, sort of, but not really. They're going to be roughly that shape. But that's kind of pathetic. Although I don't know, maybe from this angle it's not bad. Let's put it that way. From this angle, it could do with a little bit of extra height, I think, because that top bit is I'm not sure. It just doesn't look quite right from this part, I think, because it's just not tall enough. But that's not going to be a problem with the big ones. So we're going to have them not necessarily be centered on the axes or aligned to the axes like that. What I mean by that is some of them might be right triangles on the axes like that. Some of them might be something like that. not evenly aligned, odd slopes on the sides. That's what I mean. Let's see. So yeah, the middle ones. I think the middle ones are the ones we should work on first. Now, from here on out, I'm not going to be building them. I'm not going to be building them to be actual, non-skeletons. As in that one is filled in. These ones aren't going to be filled in. Not only because it probably, well, I won't be able to do a good job in however long we'll be working on this, but also because I want to do detailing, and that is definitely not going to be enough detail. So we're not going to be we're not going to be building all of them filled in like that, just at the start here. So let's see how this looks. I think probably if we fill it out across here and maybe stop there, then let's see. Now this is going to be the tricky part. We're actually going to have to get them to line up like that. Did that work? It didn't really, did it? Although it did let me know which way I needed to do it. That's something. It still doesn't quite line up though. Oh, if I did it like this instead, that'll line up. So yeah, what we're going to be doing here is just finishing up with figuring out how the blocks are going to align, how the structures are going to be oriented, and that's probably going to be about it. We'll see. We might have some extra time. So, as you can see, I do have something here. It's not all that beautiful or anything, but it's getting to be something. It's starting. So, we have a frame, and what I've done is, I've done it the stupid way. I put the corners down and then matched up the sides to it, instead of using some nice some nice distance and then going from there. So the distances are not nice ones, but I have gotten it to line up nicely, despite that. So I don't know. I guess they are. They're just not self-regulated nice distances. So I was just about to do this one. Now it goes over 2 each time. However, I'm not sure how high I need to get up to get to that one. So wrong button. If I get this, so I've got 147, and over on the top, took a screenshot just in case I forget, which I probably will. Over at the top here, we have, once I get up there, long walk, we have 169, so it's 69 minus 47 is 22. Yeah, so in however many blocks that is, we need to go up 22. So, actually I could have counted that from up there, but oh well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 2, so that's 12. So in 2, we need to go up 22. Or sorry, in 12 we need to go up 22. So that's a slope of 22 over 12. This is the way you would do it if you actually wanted to do it, not by eye, which I think I do. So yeah, that's 22 over 12, which is 11 over 6. So every 11, we need to go up 6. That's the slope that we need to go up to meet that. Or sorry, every 6 we need to go up 11. So that's actually almost exactly 2 over 1. So I'm just going to use 2 over 1. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up 2 and over 1, 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 and as I'm doing this, I'm also keeping in line with that. So, hold on, did I get that right? Yep. So, I do need to make sure that I actually do that, because otherwise it's not going to look good. But yeah, I think I'm doing this right, hopefully. I am losing track as I'm talking though, so probably not a good idea to do that. So now up at the tip, we did miss it by 1. That's what we approximated by, so not surprising. Oh, forgot to have that in my offhand. Oh, this won't work quite properly. Oh well, I'll fill in the gaps later. See, I'm leaving gaps here. This is what I did with the other one at least. So it seemed to work. So now that we have the wood scaffolding fleshed out, we can replace the correct blocks with these. I was doing it with wood because I don't have a whole lot of this concrete powder, or concrete. I mean, I do have quite a bit. I just don't want to waste any, because each one I waste is one more that I have to break again, because you know how concrete powder is made. So I was doing it with wood first. But yeah, that matched up pretty nicely, although of course it's made of wood right now, so that's why I need to go over and replace it. And that's the center is done. Of course it's nighttime now, but oh well. So this then this remaining wood we can just rip out. Ah, where is it? Okay. Yeah, so that. So now all that's left, well, I mean, besides building the stuff, all that's left with the scaffolding here is to make sure it actually looks the right way. Now, straight away, I'm realizing that the slope of... Oh, hard to land on things. The slope of that one over there not equaling the slope of that one might cause visual problems. I'm hoping not, but you never know. It is looking pretty good though. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't want them all to be strictly square shapes, or strictly I don't know, the shapes that meet up nicely, like right triangles, or well, that sort of thing. Right triangles or isosceles triangles. I think not having that will make it look more interesting overall. Makes it a bit more difficult to build, but makes it more interesting. But yeah, I think I got the proportion pretty well on that one, which is sort of surprising, since that's something that I generally don't get right on the first try. Generally make things about 2 blocks tall when they ought to be 20. Come on, load in. Let's see. Where is it? Here. Yeah, that's a nice size. I like that. I mean, that one's too close to the center to be that small, but we'll move it later. Now the next ones on from that, we're going to be doing even less detailed than the one we just did. First we're going to be digging out or placing down their bottoms so that we can lay them out in a proper manner, so that they'll look good. And then once we've done that, we can actually start on the heights, but I don't want to do the shape quite as thoroughly as we did that one, because that one took a lot of concrete. And we do have enough resources for the concrete, except that I'm not very well equipped in the squid ink department. I need to go harvest some more of that, because actually this stuff is my last concrete. So let's hopefully not use it all up, otherwise I'm going to have to go swimming. Aha! So now for the grand reveal. Although, let's get up a little higher. There we go. So that's the sections of the base, I suppose. Those are the sections of the base. They are the various triangles that will turn into something of this sort of shape. And they will hopefully reach about the same height. And then out from that, we're going to have smaller ones. Let's see. Woohoo! And let's get down a little faster. So, around the edges of these, we're going to have smaller ones, and this center bit was, or this circumference that we made that first time, was a little bit more of a demonstration of where the big ones would go, the primary ones. The littler ones are actually going to spread out quite far, I would assume. Obviously, they're going to be much denser, much more densely clustered around this. But we might actually have little separate ones standing on their own. Not quite sure about that. I was just thinking, a thought just struck me. How well does that match this style? Because these are all sharp triangular builds, and that's a domey circular build. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a problem, but they probably don't match all that well. Oh well. So, now around the outside, let's see. I suppose we still want them to be fairly similar sized on the base, but we're going to want them to be much shorter. Or, well, maybe not much shorter, but significantly shorter. So, also this is not nearly the size of the base, but we'll see how it looks. So, that one's a little small and right triangle-ish. So let's scrap that. We need to expand it a little bit more. What happens to me, I find, is that as I'm building, as I start to run out of resources, I alter my build style so that I don't run out of resources. And that's not a good idea. It means your build style turns awful. Well, I mean, you can still probably make some nice things, but it's going to significantly affect you. Anyway, let's see. That thing needs, well, that's the sort of thing I've been doing. So that looks like a 3 slope to me. I haven't done any mathy things since we discussed that. I've just been doing that sort of thing, and it seems to work, honestly, significantly better. So, yeah, there we go. But yeah, that platform there seems to be nice, I think. Hold on, let's see. If we head up here, just so that we have a vantage point. Yeah, I think that's about the right size. However, never mind. Never mind. I don't think this should poke out quite as much on the corner here. That's all. So let's turn this into a straight line, perhaps, and just cut that off. See how that looks. And yeah, that definitely looks better. It was just that other one that we just did was poking out from the center a little bit too much. Now, obviously, we are going to want to come from the center out, so that's not an entirely bad thing, but if it's going too much, then, well, it's just too much. So, that's the sort of thing I'll be doing. I'll do a few more of the outside ones, and then we can see how it looks and see if we need to make any adjustments. So, I just basically went until I ran out of concrete, and from what I think I did, I haven't taken a look at it yet, at least not from a distance. From what I think I did, it should look pretty good. Might be a little bit messy at this point, but once we put the tops on, so that it's not really affected by the fact that we're building on uneven ground, and I missed again. I guess that's what I get for coming in from the wrong side. Once we put it on not even ground, then it should look better, I would think. Yeah, so I'm already getting snatches of a good feeling. Yeah, nice. Just the right amount of chaos. Okay, so the idea here is that as we get further and further from the middle, we'll basically shrink the thingies down exponentially, so that the ones down on the edges are really tiny, and then it sort of swoops nicely up into the center with some bigger ones in between. So, I think the sizes we have there will fairly nicely reflect that. And then, of course, at the bottom of the swoop we'll have some really tiny ones, like I said. I haven't built those yet, because I haven't gotten down to that level yet. However, we're pretty close here. I'd say another ring sort of thing of triangles, and then we'd get to really little ones like this, for example. We might go down to that size pretty soon. Maybe that size, I don't know. And then, of course, they'd be built up as well. Although I only had 11 there, so, you know, can't really build the whole thing. Anyway, though, I do need to go find some more squid, or some squid ink, because we do have none of that right now. So I'm going to go off into my personal ocean over here and go slay some squid. So after that very efficiently done squid farming session, I have 49 ink sacs, and that should be that's definitely going to be enough to finish the skeletons of the ones I want to do, since I'm not even going to where's the top? Since I'm not even going to be doing that top connecting bit there. I'm just going to do the prongs that go up, and then I'll do the connections later. However, most of that will have to wait for another day, because I am desperately out of time. I need to start rendering this very soon, and it needs to be uploaded later tonight, so I'm going to have to do that. However, I will do a couple of these outermost ones just to show you the scaling of things, how things are going to, how they're going to get smaller. So this first one out is going to be a fair bit smaller than the middle ones, maybe half as tall. And then the ones out from that will probably be half as tall again, or I mean half as tall as the half as tall, so a quarter as tall. Yep, about like that. And then the next one out here will be about half as tall as that one was. So I'm not sure how tall that one was. Probably about 40 blocks, so we'll go 20 up. So probably about until this stack. Nope, definitely not as large as that. Whoops. And how's that? A little smaller. There we go. And then the ones out from this one will be half as tall again. So we don't have any of those, but they would be about yay tall if we did. Yeah, about that, and you get the idea. Like that. And we might have some rock-like ones. I don't know. Something like that, though. We're going to get a nice exponential curve. Yeah, so swoop. However, unfortunately, as I said, I am completely out of time. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.